Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So we are on the Usacc Plymouth build, as some may say, the Usacc build, for the 70 Plymouth Road Runner slash GTX. So I am probably about 3/4 way done with it. Body work is pretty much done. I just got to assemble a few more things on the chassis and get my hinge put on there, but I got to put the body together first and then see where my hinge setup has to go to make all that line up right and go from there. So I did do the hood. I'll show you in the video here in a little bit how I painted that. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, just a little bit of masking tape and some time. That turned out pretty nice. So I started with the decal. The kit had the decal in it, and I thought, you know, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to put that on there. I like the looks of it. Looks good. So I used the microsol setting solution, like I know a lot of you guys do, and I put the decal on it, and the back of the hood's got like a raised part of the cowl on there, and for some reason that decal just did not want to lay down there. So I've used the microsol, and I don't like using Q-tips with that. I'll use like an older paintbrush that's really soft bristle. So I'm like going around. I kind of went to push it down into that cowl area, because they even have little reliefs in the decal for this. And long and behold, it rips. And I thought, you gotta be kidding me. I thought, well, off it goes. And I thought, man, well, it is an older kit. And I thought, wait, it's not really that old. Maybe they're just crappy decals. Either way, that give me a good reason to paint the stripes on the hood. And I think they look way better all day long than that decal does. So I'll show you in a little bit now how I did that. I was going to do the rest of the car. Wasn't feeling the love on it. I just wasn't, the confidence wasn't there for me today to do that. So it just gets the hood. That's all it's getting. Other than that, the rest of the car is pretty much done. I changed the rear axle out from the original. I don't know what they had in them originally. I think they were a front loader, some sort. And I put the NASCAR axle in there from one of the NASCAR kits. So it's got a Ford 9-inch in it now with the link suspension. And the original axle, it was almost too wide, so I'm putting those big fatty Goodyear tires on there that I like so much. And the other axle, I'd have to shave it down so much. I figured, you know what? We're already customized this thing to the moon. It's going to get a different axle. So that's what I got. Because the NASCAR axles are a little thinner, and this will actually work pretty good. So I got that mocked up. It's actually ready to go, and I used the springs off the NASCAR kit, and they have those dowels on the end of the spring to hold it up. So I drilled 2 holes in the body and marked it so now when I put that axle in, the springs will go into those holes, so I can actually, once I get the body on, I can adjust it to where I want that ride height, get it where I want to be, and a couple tacks of glue, and we're golden. All right, so that's where we're at with that. Like I said, I'll show you here in a bit on that with the hood paint and get that done. So I got a shop card shout out. So from my good friend Rob over at Time Machines Scale Models, I got a shop card from Rob. Rob, appreciate the card. Thank you for the words on the back. And if you guys have not been over to Rob's channel, I suggest you go over there. Watch some videos. Give him a like. Sub his channel. You guys know what to do. Rob's got some pretty good builds going on, and he's actually very good to watch. You know, he does a very good job in his videos. I enjoy watching him. So I suggest head on over there and check him out. Like I say, he's got a good channel going. And also Rob has the Plymouth build going on as well, and he's doing a pretty good job with that. I kind of like where he's going with it. The engine work's done. It looks pretty clean, and it's very sharp looking. So go check that out. And also, a couple weeks ago, we were down at the Detroit Area Auto Modelers show, the big model show, and Rob and I met. And a few videos back that he had put up, he had a model haul, and he was talking about this T-Bird model he had in the haul, and he thought, well, I'm probably not going to build it. So we were talking down there at the show, and I says, hey, Rob, you know, if you want to get rid of that bird, you know, get with me and I'll take it off your hands. So long and behold, the T-Bird showed up in the mail the other day. So appreciate that, Rob. Showed up nicely, unscathed. No problem, you know, because it is getting close to Christmas time, and you know some of these packages get delivered. You know, it's like kind of kick them out the back of the truck to the door, kind of like Ace Ventura, you know. I'm just teasing for all you postal workers out there that just, you know what I mean. So I appreciate that. That'll get put up into the archives with the other birds, and it'll have a home, and it'll have its place and get built one day. So very good. I got a couple other projects going on while I'm in the middle of this build, because I always like to have something next in line, you know what I mean? So I couldn't help it, but I was looking through my stuff, and I picked this up when I was down at the show, the 69 Mercury Cougar model. I don't know why I'm itching to put this together. And I like doing enamel paint, so I like to paint my next project now. And I still put it in the cooker over here to bake the paint, but still I like to make sure the body's nice and cured out. So I'll get my next project painted, and I'll just shelf it until I get this project done, and I'll go back to that one. And along the way, I noticed the bodywork had a few blemishes in it, looked almost like a mold issue. There's like this big weird line in it, like a mold line in the door, like indented in. So I put some of the putty on that. I cleaned all the flash up, and gonna get ready for primer. And the hood scoop that I have no idea where it's at right now, because I am very unprepared like usual. Anyways, I can still tell you about it. So the hood scoop had this weird like dimple in it. So once again, out comes the Bondo spot putty. I put that on there and smoothed it out. So that is ready to go as well, and go from there. So whoa, I found it. It is hidden within the pile here. Okay, so this is the hood scoop. So I got some putty on it. So I'll show you underneath. They put like a little recessed piece in there so you can cut it out easy for, I'm assuming, some kind of pipes of velocity pipe or raised carburetor. I don't know what it was, but anyways, it was sunk down. Looked pretty ugly. So we filled that in, and I'm going to primer it here in a little bit. And this car is going to get painted MCW Highland Green. So I bought this color a while back, and I've been just itching to use it. I think it looks sweet, look very cool. And yes, I know in the box, they only give you like 4 or 5 color choices for the Eliminator. Highland Green's not on the list, but it is today on my car. So that's the nice thing about doing your own model cars. You can do whatever you want with them, right? Other than that, the Mustang convertible, the Fox body, I had in my Trio Mustang kits. I stripped it down, so this is going to get ready for paint as well. And this is going to go in white with the black trim. And I'm going to put my red foil trick inside there, because it worked very well on the bird. And I'd kind of like to see how it works in this, because it's a little bit different design. So that's next in the docket from there. So other than that, let's take you over to the bench and let's paint that hood. Obviously I already did it once, but I'll show you how I did it, and we'll go from there. So let's get started. All right, guys, I was gonna put the decal on the hood just because I really like the looks of it. But lo and behold, as I'm putting it on, it decided to tear. It didn't just tear in any good spot. Let me show you here. It tore in the back. I thought, are you kidding me right now? I ripped it off like a 4-year-old, so let's see if we can straighten this out. But yeah, that's it. It tore there. So now we're going to go with the next best thing, and it probably will look better anyways, because, I mean, look, it's even a little pinhole right there. Look how easy that rips. Surprising. So we're going to paint this. We're going to paint the black on here, and I know the decal kit will give you the decal that goes up into the wiper cowl. I don't want to go that far with it. I just want to do the hood. And I do like the decal that come with the car. So we're going to use some of this fancy thin pinstripe. It's not going to be exactly the width as the decal is on it. But you know what? That's the cool thing, because we're going to do it how we want to do it. So you can see the hood has a taper right here. So I think I might do the decal with a taper, I think. I'm not sure. I think it'd look good. I think it'll look good. So we're going to take this here, and we're going to paint the black, but I do want to leave an outline to it. So I'm really debating on leaving the outline on the edge or flat. I'm not sure. I think it'd look good either way. I'll see what happens here. Because they have it originally like this. It might be, you know what, maybe we'll just do it this way. I think it'd be easier, because I think once we get to the side, it might start rolling on us. Let's just try this way. Because it's the easy way out. So I already glued the little hood scoop cowl to the top. as you can see already, we are very crooked, which is okay. So we're going to wrap this here. We're going to use that scoop as a guide. Just going to fold it there, and that'll be our straight edge. So I'm looking through my paint stash, and I do not have any flat black paint. I almost thought about just putting gloss on it, but I don't know if that'd look right. You know, because obviously you don't usually see gloss on the hoods. It's usually not the case. Alright, so we're going to go here. I think. I was going to curve that in, but I don't know if that'd look that good. Maybe we'll follow the scoop. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe that will look good. I don't know, that might look pretty good. I think we're going to do that. I think that'll look pretty good. I think that looks pretty good right there. We're going to run with it. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, we'll just have to repaint the hood again. Heaven forbid, I won't do that, but that's what could happen. Alright, so now we're going to take a little wider tape, because I don't want to sit here and tape all day with the little guy. I need to actually get some of that wide, like the big fatty stuff. That'd work really good for this. So the nice thing about this is now we're going to put a pinstripe here. So now we can just leave this. I just want a thin pinstripe, just something real small. Let's go there. Let's mark this off. Because I don't know if this is going to bend as good as that thin stuff. I might have to put another thing of thin on it. And then go with the heavy tape. So I'll follow that same contour. So this will be all black, and then this will be just the blue here. I think that'll look pretty good. Yeah? Yeah. 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 Okay. Kind of like the yellow. Maybe we should do it in yellow. Just stripe it in yellow and color good. Almost a construction orange, you know what I mean? Let's try this out. Let's see. Something like that. You seen that? That back piece want to peel up on me. Come on. Don't be like that. Who needs a stinking decal, huh? We'll just do it ourselves. How about that? How about that? I think we're a little wide right there. Yeah. Let's split that up a little bit. Let's bring her in just a shade. Just a little bit. Ooh, we got a little pocket right there. So that's the other thing too. I'm afraid a little bleed under. Bring it over just a little bit. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Looks better. I think that'll look pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna run with it. Let's see what happens. Alright, so let's go here. Wrap this good. So I'll leave this all blue. Oh yeah, I think that'll look really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna take this tape and do the bottom because I have the hood gloss gloss blue on the bottom. And being it's a flip nose, I want to keep that gloss look. course, I want my stripe to roll underneath, so I'm just going to bring the tape up to there. Actually, I'm just going to leave it like that. So I'm not going to tip it to spray it, I just need to protect it. Alright, so that's going to be that's going to be black. I'm kind of curious how this is going to turn out. Well guys, I'm actually going to take the risk, and this is always the big no-no. I'm going to put lacquer on top of it. That enamel is pretty cured out. Obviously you do not ever want to put lacquer on top of enamel because it will make it lift unless the enamel is completely cured. This has been painted for probably 3 weeks, plus it's been baked, so it should be good. But general practice, you can put lacquer down first and then enamel on top, but you never put enamel down with lacquer last. That's usually the no-go. But we're going to give it a try. I did a little sample on the back, and I think we're good. So we're going to give it a run and see what happens. So I'm just going to mix this right in the airbrush. It's not something I usually do. But being we just need a little bit, I mean we just need just a little bit to do this. So it shouldn't take much at all to paint this. So we're going to use Mr. Color's leveling thinner. I like this because it's universal, works good for enamel and lacquer. It's probably more than I need. So these little pipettes have increments on them. So these are milliliters. Right to the 5. As you can see, there's very little in there, but I just need a couple passes. That's all I need because this will cover very well. Very, very well. Okay, I'll get this shot quick and I'll bring you back over. Okay guys, so we shot this with the Tamiya just flat black. And so far so good. So what I'm going to do is take this paper off, and I'm just going to throw it. I know it's lacquer, it should dry pretty quick. But I'm just going to still take the paper off, not the tape. And I might just throw it in the oven for a few minutes and dry it. Just be on the safe side, make sure everything's good and cured. Plus I don't like taking the tape off once it's fully cured, because sometimes the paint can stick to the tape and it'll give you that weird like wrinkled effect sometimes. Plus I'm always afraid to bleed under when it sits too long. So we'll see what we got going on here. Here's hoping she looks good. So it's the fun part. Tape ribbon. Make sure I have nothing on my fingers, because that's always the awesome thing right there. Oh yeah, it looks cool. Survey says, looking good, looking good. So this wider tape is not Tamiya tape. This is a Hobby Lobby special. I really don't know what brand it is. It just says tape. But I've used it a few times and it actually does work pretty good. I don't know why they carry the Hobby Lobby will carry the dispenser for the Tamiya. Yeah, it looks cool. But they won't carry the refills, I should say. Looks pretty good. What I might do is just put this in the oven just for a few minutes. Yeah. Check that out, guys. How cool is that? Custom pinstriping. That looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it way much. That looked pretty good. So we're going to take this to the oven and we'll cook it for a few minutes. We'll go from there. Okay, so I've had a few of you guys ask about I call it the Susie Bake oven, or just the oven. It's, like I say, it's just a food dehydrator. This is the brand. So this actually works really well. We'll just slide our door off. And I tell you, I like it because it comes with all these trays. I just have it stacked to the side here. So these trays, you can just slide them in. I gotta watch what I'm doing, not watch the camera. And obviously you can set it to any level you want. So what we're gonna do is set this. So when you first turn this on, it gives you the minutes. That's 10, I shouldn't say minutes, it's basically hours. That is 10 hours it's set for. And when you originally started out, it starts out at 158 degrees. So that's a little hot for a model. The most, for what I've read, the most you ever want to do on a model is about 113. It goes in weird increments. So you got 149, 140, 131, 122, 113. So that's about where I usually bake my models. And time-wise, we can change the time down. Being it's lacquer, we're just gonna go like 30 minutes. I'm probably not gonna go that long, but I'm just gonna go just that route. So in case I get doing things I forget, that's where we're gonna be. So we'll take our fancy hood here, which is pretty much dry, and we're just gonna set it right on the grate. A lot of times I have this here. I'll get my hands on it. I use this block with the holes in it, and I use my those skewers, and I just stick that on there with one of those, and I usually just leave them hang on that. So in this case, we're just going to put it here, throw our door back on it, and voila, we walk away. Like I said, it's just going to count down, and we're at 29. I don't know if you see that or not because it's LED, so it freaks out on the camera. We're at 29 minutes. Like I say, I'm probably just going to put it on there just for a few minutes just to let it cure, and then we're going to go from there. Alright, well, we'll give that a few minutes. We'll take a look at it right about 10 minutes I'm going to give it. Alright guys, now that this is shut off, got a nice dried part. That looked nice. It turned out good. Better than the decal. Looks pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to take it to the bench, and they give you some little 440 decals. Let's not want to focus on it. For the side of that scoop. So we're going to throw those on, and we're going to glue the hood onto this front clip. So this is my front clip. The hood is not glued down yet, so just give you kind of an idea where that's going. So it looks pretty good. And the body work, like I say, this is not glued, so it's probably going to fall apart on the way off the table. So the body work is pretty much done, other than a few things here and there. So I got to put a firewall on it yet, and get some bare metal foil around the window trim. Interior is all in and done, and like I say, I got a few more things to do on it. So that is the build so far. I put my 440 decals on the doors instead of the hood. I just like the looks on there better. And yeah, so that is it for now on the Plymouth build update, and we will go from there. So you guys have a good one, and I appreciate you watching. So next video I put up for this, I'll probably be next year when we reveal it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.